Hi, Ella and the staff members at Elevate. Today's presentation will be on multiple regression analysis. I will be analyzing the usefulness of IQ scores and providing business enhancement recommendations in hopes of adding suggestions to the organization development and how to better manage it. So, what is multiple regression analysis? Multiple regression is an extension of simple linear regression. It is used when we want to predict the value of a variable based on the value of two or more other variables. By multiple regressions, we mean models with just one dependent and two or more independent variables. The variable whose value is to be predicted is known as the dependent variable, and the ones whose known values are used for prediction are known as the independent variable. In the next slide, I will be discussing an analysis on the data that I reported on the SPSS. So after pulling the data into SPSS using the multiple regression tab, I reported IQ scores as the dependent variable and the multiple independent variables being gender, staff type, and location. I ran multiple test assumptions, and here listed on the screen, you will see some of the results. Listed here first in the descriptive box, we see the IQ scores mean as 97.73, which shows the average of test scores for individuals are average or pretty much normal intelligence. The mean for gender is 1.39, which is mostly males. Staff type mean is 31.67, which shows most of the staff type being ACE. And location is 1.64, which on average shows to be in the Chicago location. We also on the next corner, top corner, you see the correlation between variables are showing negatives, which means that there is an inverse relationship between the three parameters tested, or is a contrary relationship between the three variables such they move in opposite direction. It is not illustrated here on the screen, but I also found a negative correlation coefficient, which from assumption it may mean that when the concentration increased, the response decreased, and vice versa. Another theory tested was the Durbin-Watson, which is a number that tests for autocorrelation in the reservoir for a statistical regression analysis. It is always between 0 and 4, and listed here it shows 0.920. And the scatter plot here is pretty much showing a low positive correlation. So a high IQ won't guarantee you'll rise above your peers. Success relies on much more than that. I think this quote is so important to understand. Your IQ scores won't tell you or your boss or hiring manager anything about your emotional intelligence, your creativity, or your practical intelligence. As much as we sometimes wish they did, real business problems don't always have a single right answer reached by a single method, and they aren't removed entirely from outside experiences. So let's time for a switch. I am in agreement to removing the IQ system and bringing in the EQ method or system. EQ simply stands for emotional intelligence. While IQ might be largely determined by genetics, EQ can be learned, developed, and refined. The important difference between IQ and EQ is that EQ can be developed, as I mentioned before, by gaining more experience in education. Professionals can improve their EQ and become better leaders. Um, Organization can identify who needs improvement in EQ and develop strategy to increase it. Help this can help ultimately help companies foster new leaders more efficiently than simply looking for pure intellect. Moving to the next slide here. How to implement. So, how to implement a successful emotional intelligence enhancement. First step is to incorporate EI into your hiring process. By doing this, develop interview questions designed to assess self-awareness, stress management, and level of happiness. This is important because it is better and cheaper to be proactive on the front and then reactive once an individual with attitude problems is hired. These questions will also help you to set appropriate behavior expectation for any aspiring candidate. The second notion here is assess the emotional intelligence of your leaders and future leaders. Everybody is different with a unique set of challenges. An assessment such as the emotional intelligence test or the emotional components inventory would be ideal to pinpoint specific areas of opportunities for leaders and aspiring leaders. Third notion here is to ensure your performance appraisals consider how the job gets done, meaning reinforce to employees, especially leaders, the importance of interacting with others effectively. Help them to understand how to maximize their contributions without minimizing the contributions of others. This can be accomplished through ensuring a significant weight is attributed to items like communication, teamwork, and flexibility. And finally, make emotional intelligence a cornerstone of your success planning process. Along with the standard technical and educational requirements, documents, um, necessary for effective performance in each key position in your organization, infusing all levels of your organization with emotional intelligence will dramatically increase the likelihood of having a great combination of people who do the right things while doing the right. Thank you for your attention once again, and I hope that this presentation was beneficial to you guys and will allow you guys to dissect and just get into the root of the problem a little more. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.